Hi, my beautiful angel starseeds and dreamers. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Violeta. This is a timeless channeled message. And yeah, just, whatever resonates, take it. If it doesn't resonate, leave it. You know what to do. Oh, zodiac signs, welcome. So, yesterday I got a very, so I got two visions, right? And it was very fascinating because one of the visions was from before, and it was on the divine feminine side, and the other vision was last night on the divine masculine side. And if you're on a twin flame journey, this might be for you, okay? Even if it's not twin flames, if it's high level soulmates or whatever spiritual journey you're on, there's divine feminine and divine masculine. So there is a specific person I'm talking about now. So let me just. So if you don't have a specific person on your mind that this could be about, then maybe this message is not for you. I'm sensing a lot of frustration in this connection. A lot of frustration because you're both handling different things in separation. So there's probably no contact, there's separation, and you're fighting your shadows separately, I'm hearing, okay? So let's start with the divine feminine, probably you watching, or maybe not, whatever. And by the way, this is not gender, this is energy. So the divine feminine, I saw this vision of a woman saying goodbye to her lover, to her soulmate. And she hugged him tightly. She gave him all the love she could, and she said goodbye. But then, guess what happened? The clothes that were on the male, the divine masculine, fell down. And she stepped back as she realized this was a ghost. She was saying goodbye to a ghost. And so what I got from that message was the feeling of nostalgia, of conquering your fears, of conquering your shadows, of saying goodbye to a fantasy, to an idea, to a ghost, to someone who never existed. And you're finally ready to face reality as it is instead of constructing some kind of, fantasy in your head about the person. And so you were saying goodbye to the fantasy, to the ghost of that person. Does that make sense? And on the other side, we have the divine masculine, who is a bird, a black bird, which signifies, signifies some kind of, the masculine side really wants to talk but can't. Signifies messages, transitions, the other side. And this is very significant because, so there's a bird, right, in front of a mirror. And the bird is very angered at the reflection they see in the mirror. They see something dark, tainted, something they don't like. And so they fight. They flap their wings about, they scratch with their nails, with their beak, attack it. They attack it. And then when they get tired of attacking it, the reflection, because they don't realize it's a reflection, maybe, or they do, but they don't like it. When they get tired of fighting it, they avoid it, they ignore it, they walk around it not seeing it. And this is all resistance on the divine masculine side, where they're refusing to face what's in the mirror. And they're fighting it. What they don't see currently, and Spirit is showing me, is that the moment they stop fighting the reflection, their reflection, they're going to be able to walk through the mirror. They're going to be able to walk through the mirror, through the looking glass, through the healing process. The moment they stop resisting the reflection, they stop fighting who they are or who they perceive themselves to be, they will finally be able to walk through the mirror and heal and begin to heal it, right? And so both sides of the coin, the divine masculine and divine feminine, are facing their shadows. The divine feminine is facing her tendency to create an illusion, create a fantasy in her head, their head, that matches what they want, but is not yet real and might never be. And they have to accept that fact, accept reality as it is, instead of fabricating some kind of other realities. And make peace with that. Make peace with what is and what isn't. And say goodbye to the ghost. That's really powerful, you guys. Really powerful. Well done. And the divine masculine is just supposed to stop fighting themselves, fighting their reflection, fighting their past, fighting their darkness, I'm hearing. They're fighting it. They're fighting with everything they have because they think that's controlling it, that's changing it, but it's not. It's just postponing the healing process. You know, the healing process begins when you accept it. When you accept, just like the divine feminine had to accept what is real and what is not, the divine masculine has to accept who they are, who they have been, who they can be. Everything they are not, they could be, they could never be. You know, this acceptance, surrender, let go of control, let go of the ego, let go of these illusions in your head of who you are, of who you can be, or of who you cannot be. Because the masculine is also fighting illusions in their head of who they think they are. But they can be different if they wanted to. If they want to heal and change and grow, they can. And that's the secret, accepting these illusions for what they are and for what they can never be. And surrendering to what is currently, and what you want to make of it. Because you do have control, you do have free will. The feminine has the free will to let go of this fantasy and move on to something real. And the masculine can let go of these structures in their head that they've constructed of themselves and create a new reflection. Move on from these past structures and create a new reflection. Step through the looking glass. This is a very powerful message, you guys. Let me know if it resonates. And if you're on the twin flame journey, well done. You're doing great. Don't ever blame yourself for going too slow or making mistakes, because this is a really difficult journey that you need to really be patient with. You need to be patient with yourself and with the other side, and focus on your journey. You know, let the other side do what they have to do. That's their journey. Focus on your journey, because this is the one that you can control. Not control, but you can focus on, you can work on, you can heal. And that's it. You're doing great, my friend. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Love you.